Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Have you seen those people on the internet, videos that you have watched probably on the internet of people, especially young people that seem to have achieved overnight success? Well, what if I told you that these overnight success are just myths, they are not actually real? And many times because of these overnight successes, we tend to set very high goals that at the end of the day, we are not able to achieve, and it leads us to depression, and then finally we quit the goal. But in this video, I'm also going to show you how one single mistake that you're making that is making you to fail in accomplishing your goals. Let's go. So, like I said, I made a very bold statement at the beginning of this video that these so-called overnight success are not real. And this is why I made it. There is this time of obscurity in everyone's life that wants to achieve that nobody sees. And it takes a lot of time. The time it takes for me to go through that time of obscurity is not the same as yours. It's called the time of obscurity because nobody actually notices that person during this period of time. As a matter of fact, to every other person, this individual does not exist. But a time also comes which I like to call the time of limelight, when this person now seems to have popped out of nowhere. And then when people see him or when people see her, they begin to call it overnight success. So I guess you already know what I'm trying to say. These people that you call overnight success individuals have actually gone through this time of obscurity, whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it or not. And so, because we don't see their time of obscurity, we believe that it is overnight success. And this compels us. This makes us to begin to set high and lofty goals for ourselves because we are trying to achieve the same results that those people achieved. And so we set high and lofty goals, which we cannot eventually achieve. We fall into depression, we burn out, and then we quit. Now, this is one single mistake that we all do. And it's very simple. We set goals that are unrealistic. And I would like to explain this with an illustration. I am somebody who loves fitness, never mind how I look. Actually, I'm going to talk about that very, very soon. I have struggled to lose weight for a very, very long time, and I've not been able to achieve it. And I observed that there is just one single reason why I have not been able to achieve this weight loss. And I will still use that jogging issue to explain. When an individual is jogging, you will observe something. And what do you observe? That there is a particular pace that when you jog with, you are comfortable and you can achieve what you want to achieve for that day. Let's say, for example, you want to cover 3 kilometers or let's say 6 kilometers. When you are on your way jogging, when you are jogging towards meeting that goal, you see a lot of people on the way. You see people who are virtually running. I don't know. I see such people. I like, this is not jogging anymore. This is running. And they go far. I also see people that look like they are walking with style. It's just that they are doing like this. But they're actually walking because you can actually walk and catch up with them. And then there are people who are somewhere at the middle. Now, as much as I laugh at those people who are walking with style, it's actually what I do. There was a time in my life that I was like that. I didn't know how to jog fast. I jogged very slowly. And people who are walking can even catch up with me. That's the truth. But it was not like that for long. Why? Now, my goal is to cover 6 kilometers. If I begin to run like those runners out there are doing, I will not be able to achieve this goal because before I even get to 2 kilometers, I'm already tired and I'm worn out and I'll give up. It's no longer fun. And that is what we don't want when we are working out. And so I learned to understand my limits, to understand my ability, to understand what I can do in my current state, and that is to walk with style. And whenever I walk with style, I observe that I hit the 6 kilometer mark and I still have excess energy to do other things. And I'm not discouraged from doing it tomorrow because, hey, I was able to achieve this today. I can achieve this tomorrow too. And as time went by, after like 2 months, I observed that my pace increased. I was no longer walking with style the way I used to form a month back, but now my pace has increased, and up till now is still increasing. Now, what is the moral of this story? What lesson are we learning from this story? The lesson we are learning from this story is that wherever you are in life, set goals that is challenging, but you can achieve them. It doesn't matter how small. I learned something from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. You should read it if you have not read it before. He talked about the compounding effects of small efforts. And it's true. It doesn't matter how small. It doesn't even need to be 6 kilometers. You can even do it 3. You can do it 2. Of course, this is not just about jogging. Jogging is just an illustration. But whatever it is it saving money? Is it losing weight? Is it starting a business? Is it whatever it is? When you are setting a goal, make sure that they are small and manageable. Another thing that you must understand is that everybody has his own speed and his own ability. Check your ability, check what you can achieve, and go for it. You don't look at someone else's goal and try to set your own goal using that person's goal as a template. You are not going to win. So this is a point in your life where you need to be very, very honest with yourself. Are you a slow jogger? Are you someone that jogs with style, that walks with style, or are you a fast pacer? I know some of you will say, I'm a fast pacer. No, slow down. Be very honest with yourself. If you are not someone that can do so much, then just do what you can do. The good news about this is that you will not continue to do that little that you used to do. It has a compounding effect. Success is not linear. Success is progressive, is exponential. It doesn't mean that if you can accomplish 2 things today, it means that tomorrow you accomplish another 2, next tomorrow you accomplish another 2, because that is according to your ability. And so in a month, you are going to be accomplishing 60. No. Once it comes to our abilities as human beings, it grows exponentially. That I was able to accomplish 60 this month doesn't mean I will accomplish 120 in 2 months. I can accomplish 60 this month and I will accomplish 800 in 2 months. Why? Because these abilities have compounding effects. It's just like my jogging illustration. I didn't continue to jog slowly for the rest of my life. A time came that actually my speed increased. The same thing happens when you are developing a new habit, when you are setting a goal. Chunk by chunk, bit by bit, according to your ability, according to your capacity. And what you realize that will begin to happen to you when you continue to function according to your capacity is that your capacity will begin to grow and will begin to increase. I mentioned this earlier. One of the things that affects our goal setting or our change of habit or whatever it is you want to call it is when we see others looking like they are taking bigger strides than we do. And so we try to conform to others instead of respecting ourselves and appreciating the ability that we have. They that compare themselves with themselves are not wise. that Mr. A became a millionaire in 2 years' time does not mean that I or that you will also become a millionaire in 2 years' time. You can become a millionaire sooner than that, or even later than that. There is something my mother used to teach us while we were kids, and she kept saying this, and even up till now she says it. And she says that everybody has his own calendar of their life. When you will succeed is not when I will succeed. When you will hit your goal is not when I will hit my goal. It's just, for example, maybe we have set a goal to lose 15 pounds, and then you lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, I'm just losing 2 pounds. And then I begin to feel bad, because I'm trying to compare myself with yourself. I'm asking myself, why is it that I have not been able to lose 60 pounds in the same 2 weeks that you lost 60 pounds? And that is not the way to go through life. I may shock myself that after that 2 weeks, I will now lose 80 pounds. So that is how life is. And this method is applicable to every aspect of our life. As a Christian, maybe you are having problems, maybe praying, and you feel that if you don't have 2 hours a day to pray, you have not really done anything. Why don't you start with the little time that you have? Why don't you start with 10 minutes? Why don't you start with 5 minutes? Why don't you start with 30 minutes? As your capacity begins to grow, you begin to realize that you can actually do longer and better, and even the time will be available for you to even do more. So you must learn to stop comparing yourself with others. And of course, the good news, like I said before, is that these things, they have compounding effects. Don't think that your progress is linear. Your progress is actually exponential. The growth is exponential and not linear. And so, my friends, firstly, overnight success is a myth, because these people that you feel have overnight success, they go through a stage called this time of obscurity, when people don't actually know them. This is why I like to watch and read autobiographies, because it tells me what these people actually went through before they became what they became. That is one. Number two is that when you are setting goals, or when you're trying to, maybe it's about changing a habit, or maybe it's about achieving something, starting a business, don't compare yourself with those overnight success people. Like I said, it's not overnight. Always look at the process. And when you're looking at the process, please don't compare yourself with others. Always compare yourself with yourself. Make sure that where you are today is not where you are tomorrow. Another thing is that growth is an exponential thing, and is not a linear thing. And that is all I have for you for today. I hope you learned something. If you do, let me hear you out in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and that will mean so much to me. Thank you so much once again. I'm Chukwude Ekwani, also known as Chooks, and I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye.